listening to Athleisure Kitchen, where you'll get the inside scoop with those in the culinary world from celebrity chefs, food personalities, restaurateurs, and more. I'm your host, Kimmy Smith of Athleisure Mag, so set an extra plate as we chat all things culinary. On today's episode of Athleisure Kitchen, we take it back to basics by talking about whole foods and the creation of the amazing fruit and nut bar, which is known for having only 2 to 9 ingredients in each one. We talk with the founder of LÄRABAR, Lara Merriken, about the inspiration behind the creation of LÄRABAR, how her life as an athlete at USC for women's volleyball, being a social worker as well as being a mom, shaped her to creating this food innovation when she went on a hike one day in the Rocky Mountains. As someone in the clean eating space for nearly 20 years, LÄRABAR started with a signature 5 bars and has now expanded to nearly 20 that includes their new protein line. Lara shares how she created the initial offerings as well as her need to create a snack that allows those on the go to maintain their health without having to spend time finding the nutrients that they need in this episode that is presented by LÄRABAR in General Mills. After the episode, if you want to see the interview as well as a number of your favorite bars and new ones, make sure to visit our show notes to watch it as well. Creating LÄRABAR, like what were you doing before that then led to you creating LÄRABAR?
Well, I was actually a social worker right outside of college. I worked with at-risk kids for a long time, but I did play volleyball in college, which is really the reason I got into healthier eating, for athletic performance, really was the beginning of my journey. And then that evolved into being passionate about healthy eating and feeling good.
Wow.
So I found myself on a mountain one day on a hike, and the idea for LÄRABAR came, just using simple ingredients, fruit, nuts, and spices, but making something that tasted indulgent and delicious.
Wow, I mean, that's fantastic. So you were on this mountain and you decided you wanted to do this, but what was the first process in creating the initial LÄRABARs?
Well, I actually would comb the grocery store aisles and get my inspiration from pies and cookies and cakes.
Oh my gosh.
So cashew cookies, one that we have today, and it's just 2 ingredients, dates and cashews, and that's it. But it tastes indulgent. And I would get, apple pie is another one that we have today. And I would hearken towards those kind of junk foody, forbidden foods, but using healthy ingredients.
That's amazing. So what were your first 5 original flavors that you started with?
Well, cashew cookies one, apple pie, cherry pie.
My favorite.
It's a great flavor. Banana bread and chocolate coconut chew were the top 5.
Wow.
Or original 5 flavors.
Right, the original one. So what makes the cherry tart one so tasty?
Well, we use a very rare tart unsweetened cherry that I found in the Midwest in my search for really good ingredients. And it's real. And it has that real flavor, as do all of our different flavors.
Absolutely.
Because we actually use, apples in the apple pie.
So you went from 5 to now you have 30 plus flavors. So how do you go about, do you have the same inspiration board when you're thinking about making new flavors? And you've also gone into the protein bars, there's just so many things.
Well, we use the same process. I mean, there's a bigger team of people working on the brand now, and but still we want to bring flavors that people are really enjoying and want. Peanut butter chocolate chip is another one.
It's another favorite
we were talking
of mine.
about. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a favorite of mine, as it is my son.
Oh,
and,
nice.
It's nice to just bring new flavors. Everybody's looking for different things. Some like the fruity, and some like the nut-based kind of richer flavors.
Wow. And how long is that process for you when you're in that inspiration phase? From concept to actually producing it, is there a certain time period? Does it vary?
Well, we always come out with new flavors, and our protein line is new, so this is a brand new line for us, plant-based protein line. But annually we come out with new products.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
so it's constant.
Exactly. And so then do you also have some that you kind of take out of rotation and then bring them back into rotation?
Yeah, on occasion, if a flavor isn't working or people aren't loving it, we definitely rotate things in and out. But we're growing and growing. I mean, we have 30 plus flavors now, so that means that we have quite a few products to offer people.
And for the protein bars, how many flavors are available for that? And where did that come from to decide to add this into your assortment?
Well, people are always looking for more protein-based foods and certainly a portable food, and we wanted to do a plant-based protein.
Right.
So we use pea protein and nuts. Nuts offer natural protein, and we've been working on it for about 4 years, and
Wow.
we've come up with the new LÄRABAR protein line. So we have 4 flavors to start out with to offer.
Oh my gosh,
consumers.
can you tell us what the 4 flavors are?
Well, there's a lemon blueberry, an apple cobbler, and then an almond butter chocolate brownie, and then
Wow.
a chocolate peanut butter cup.
Wow.
So a nice balance of fruity and nutty in there, depending on what your flavor preferences are.
So what are your 3 favorite ingredients that you love putting in bars?
Well, LÄRABAR is really comprised of fruit, nuts, and spices. So that would really kind of encapsulate whether we have our core LÄRABAR line or our protein line. You know, we have those same components in there. Obviously, with the protein, we added pea protein in addition to that to give it 11 grams of protein per bar, which is great. But those are really the main components, is the balance of fruit, nuts, and spices and or protein.
And if you had to rate 3 of like the signature bars, and you could only choose 3, what would those be?
Well, my all-time favorite bar is cashew cookie. Like, I even had a half this morning with my coffee early. It's just a classic. Cherry pie is that, and then I love the new protein line, just for something different. If you want an added protein, you don't have time to sit down and eat a meal, but you know you're going to get the protein that you need to sustain you throughout the day.
And so in terms of like, you know, there's people that are on the go. We're both busy people. There's moms and there's kids. How can we make sure that we are getting like those good whole foods and making sure that they're always around us so that we're not like, you know, sidetracking to different things that aren't as good for us?
Well, that's where LÄRABAR comes in. You know, we sell LÄRABARs nationwide at all kinds of different grocery stores, convenience stores, you name it. And the idea is that it's portable food. And it offers consumers an opportunity to just throw it in your bag and you have it, and you know that you have something that's going to sustain you, that tastes good, and keep you healthy.
I mean, I love that. And obviously the protein is new. Is there anything else that's coming up this year that we should keep an eye out for?
This is the newest now.
Well, I appreciate so much you taking the time, and our readers are fans of this, and we always are a big proponent when we're on set shooting our celeb shoots and all these different things of having just really great items that are in your bag. And the fact that you've been able to do something like this for such a long time with so many different items is just so exciting. So thank you so much for speaking with us.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. We can't wait to sit with you again to share another great story with you at Athleisure Kitchen. Athleisure Kitchen is a part of Athleisure Studio, our multimedia podcast network, which is a division of Athleisure Media, and whose sister site is Athleisure Mag. Get the latest episode by listening, following, and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Premium, Himalaya, or your preferred podcast platform. Find out additional information by checking out the show notes. You can stay in the loop on who future guests are by visiting us at athleisurestudio.com/Athleisure Kitchen, and on Instagram at Athleisure Kitchen and at Athleisure Studio. I'm your host, Kimmy Smith. Athleisure Kitchen is executive produced by Paul Farkas and myself, and is mixed by the team at Athleisure Studio. We'll be back with another episode, so make sure that you set an extra plate for us.